Harry's wife reunited with Charles and William. Is reconciliation in the air? Who is going to be reunited? Is it the entirety of the Sussex family? Or perhaps it's just the Prince of Pink Pancakes himself? Maybe there's a midnight flit that involves Ginger Bollocks and the two children. What is this spoken of reunion? Well, you'll already have a sinking feeling when I tell you that it comes to you courtesy of... Hello! Yes, somewhere the wheel of PR puffery has been spun, resulting in some poor underling within the institution of hello, and it falls to Danielle Stacey. She's still there, still clinging on, receiving those gifts of some shoes or cosmetics in order to ensure that she pumps out 750 words of drivel supportive of the Sussexes. But what does she know about a reunion? Is there very much something on the cards in that respect, and why? Let's find out. Princess Lilibet and Prince Archie's next reunion with the royal family revealed? So the suggestion is that there's going to be a reunion between the Sussex children and the rest of the royal family. How might that come about? The Duke and Duchess of Sussex are bringing up their young children in Monte Shitshow, California, with the family of four enjoying an outing to celebrate the 4th of July last week, bringing up the recent past. Prince Archie was born in London in May 2019, no shit Sherlock, and lived at Frogmore Cottage in Windsor up until he was 6 months old, bringing up the past, triangulation, before Harry and Harry's wife relocated to the United States after stepping back from royal duties. The couple only recently vacated their UK abode, let's call it as it was, they were kicked out, and they have only made a handful of return visits since carving out their new life in California. Harry and Harry's wife took Archie, 4, and Princess Lilibet, 2, to the United Kingdom last June for the late Queen Elizabeth II's Platinum Jubilee celebrations. Bringing up the past. So, when could we expect to see the youngsters reunite with the royal family again? Thus, that is the question that's being posed. When might they reunite? Do you think A, never, B, when the money runs out, C, in the immediate future? Press your answer now. According to Hello, Buckingham Palace has not announced whether there will be big celebrations for King Charles's 75th in November, but in 2018, for his 70th birthday, he hosted the royals at a party at the palace. The then Duke and Duchess of Cambridge and the Duke and Duchess of Sussex were pictured arriving at the glitzy event in separate cars. There's every possibility that the King could opt for a similar celebration this year for his next milestone and invite all of his family members. So there you have it. That is the totality of the Hello approach. Namely, the King is having a birthday. It's a half-decade one, which means it's sort of semi-important. Not as important as one that ends with a 0, but it ends with a 5. So he probably will have a party because he had one when he was 70. And therefore, because he's going to have a party, he may well invite all of the family members, which means that there's a possibility that the Sussexes will come and the children will be reunited with their uncle, aunt, cousins, grandfather and step-grandmother. That is the extent of it. If we work it through, there probably is a good chance that he'll have some birthday party. And there's probably a decent chance that he'll throw the invitation open to everybody as a means of managing his own facade and a certain control. But for the Sussexes turning up, unless they need to come with their begging bowls, I wouldn't bet on them turning up. Why? Because Harry will do what his wife tells him to do, and the fact is that her narcissism still regards the United Kingdom as a hostile place. A place where the general populace doesn't like her, a place where the press are hostile towards her, and, notwithstanding the fact that an offer is being made by the King for them to come over, she will still perceive that various members of the royal family, nemesis, and the one that got away, William, alongside the Princess Royal and Shield Maiden Sophie, are going to cold shoulder her. And that still remains a live issue for her narcissism. Hello continues by explaining Harry witnessed his father, King Charles's coronation at Westminster Abbey in May. Yes, we know. And was seated 3 rows behind his brother William and sister-in-law. We then get a video showing his arrival. Whoopie-fucking-do. It was a brief visit for the Duke. Yes, we know. We saw at the time. Who returned to the United States almost immediately. Yes, we know. We saw at the time. After the service, to be back in time for his son Archie's 4th birthday. Yes, we know. We saw it at the time. Harry detailed his complicated relationship with his family in his memoir, Spare, which was published in January. Yes, we know. We read sections of it and explained what it meant. The Duke told ITV's Tom Bradby earlier this year, yes, we know, we saw the interview, that he would like to forgive and reconcile with his family. Harry said at the time, people have already said that to me, and I said, forgiveness is 100% a possibility, because I would like to get my father back. I'd like to have my brother back. At the moment, I don't recognise them as much as they probably don't recognise me, but that is a symptom of one of the problems, where we're not just talking about family relationships. We're talking about an antagonist, big word I've learnt there, which is the British press. Specifically the tabloids, who want to create as much conflict as possible. The saddest part of that is certain members of my family and the people that work for them are complicit in that conflict. He added, so, though I'd love to have reconciliation, I would like accountability. That's another big word I've learned. Doing well, aren't I? I've managed to make peace over this time, with a lot of things that have happened, but that doesn't mean that I'm just going to let it go. No frozen for me, yeah? You know, I've made peace with it, or at least I have done when I've been smoking a fucking huge blunt. Oh, yeah, man. But I would still like reconciliation. Not only would that be wonderful for us, but it'd be fantastic for them as well. And that's your lot. The suggestion of a reunion comes as a consequence of the fact that it's the King's birthday coming up. And so, hello, behooves itself to tell everybody that there's going to be a reunion, when the likelihood of it actually occurring is pretty low indeed. Is this another attempt at Harry's wife trying to make it manifest? Possibly, but I see it more as just another of her incessant PR puff pieces that she doles out to ensure that she's spoken about and that her facade is managed. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.